We are live. And we are cooking today. We're doing some good cooking. We're going to be doing a whole lot of Italian things today. And Skyrim things today. I've got 3 recipes that I'm going to be going through today. This is going to take several hours, so if you're in the stream, and I'll probably say this a couple of times, I'm going to need some help getting some clips from this, because I know funny shit's going to happen because I mess up all the time. Doing everything, playing games, cooking, baking, it doesn't matter. So I'll need a little bit of help with that. But like I said, I'm going to mention this several times. I'll probably ask you to clip stuff at some point. But let's get going. So first of all, we are going to start by making some ravioli. That is what this is for. This is going to be a BFM. What that stands for is big fucking mess. So, we start with some flour. Let's get that flour. Flour. And some eggs. I'm actually going to need a lot of eggs. So first of all, I need to measure out a supple amount of flour. How we're going to do that is we need 125 grams of flour. So I'm just going to take this. Actually, no. I need a bowl for the cheese mixture that's going to be going in these raviolis, so I'm just going to use this bowl with the flour. Boop. 125 grams is what I need. Almost. Perfect. Alrighty, so now that we've got our flour, we go like... Oop. Oh, wait a second. I need 2 cups. 2 cups. Wait a second, is that 2 cups? No. I need 1 more cup of this, so I need 125 again. I wrote down the wrong amount in my recipe. Come on. Come on, Fleur. Ay. There we go. That's 2 cups. I accidentally wrote down the grammage for 1 cup. So, let me set this up a little bit better. There we go. That's a better view. Now that we've got all this flour, we need to make a big freaking hole in this flour. Alright, now we need 3 eggs. Ooh, that did not crack as well as I was hoping. I'm so bad at cracking eggs. Alright, 1 egg. Two eggs. And 3 eggs. Ay. Shells are not welcome here. Excuse me, sir, please stop cracking into a million pieces. We're trying to be Italian here, not eggshellian. I need to wash my hands, even though I'm about to be digging in there with my hands. There ain't no way around it. When you're working with pasta, you are working with your hands. Alrighty. Let's do this. So I need to start stirring up these yolks. And just gently stir them around. Try to get them as beat as you can in the middle here. Whoops. Whoops. Once it starts to kind of go over, then you can just start mixing her in. I'm going to be using this fork again later, so I'm going to wash it off. You'll see why, but that's going to be a lot later. Because we have a whole lot of steps that are going to be going on in this recipe making. Alrighty, we'll set this aside, but now we've got some pasta going on here. This is going to take a little bit of muscle work. I need to make sure I keep my shoulders back while I'm doing this. So, now that we've got this all together here, we're going to start putting all that flour in there. We are going to have Mount Egula coming up here. Woo! We got a lot of eggs going all over the place. Mount Egula is erupting. Mount Egula is definitely erupting. This is a BFM. This is a big fucking mess. But basically, you just keep kind of mixing it in together. If I thought that separating egg yolks was bad, this is worse. Actually, it's not worse. But it's so much worse. I take that back. Eggs by themselves, separating them, it's super easy. You just frickin' separate them and then you wash your hands and you're good. This, sensory nightmare. Sensory nightmare. But it turns into a satisfactory sensory experience after a bit, after it starts really mixing into itself. I hate this part though. So yeah, we basically just keep throwing this around until it turns into a dough. It will eventually turn into a dough. You just have to work with it. Oh Lord, I hate this. Okay, it's fun. This is a good time. Okay, so this doesn't look like dough whatsoever, but I promise it will. All of this, like everything that's on my hands is going to start turning into the best. It's coming together. You just gotta squish it. You really gotta get your hands up in there. Ah! I'm dropping pieces all over the place. I scared the birds by accident. They screamed back. Oh my god, though, I hate when it sticks to my hands. I promise this is how it's supposed to be.
That is quite the BFM.
Yeah, this is a BFM. Big fucking mess. Okay, but we need to get all these dry pieces to incorporate themselves. It's starting to stick to itself more than it's sticking to my hands. I take that back. It's sticking to my hands like crazy. It's skin textured at this point, but look at that! Look at that! It's not flour and eggs anymore. It's starting to turn into a dough. It's coming together. Slowly but surely. Oh my god, I'm flinging pasta everywhere. It's doing its thing. Let's do a little bit of this because my hands are... Look at that, there's little dough pieces coming out. Okay, perfect. So I need to get this dough off of my hands in a way that doesn't require me washing my hands, because me washing my hands means this is going to stick so much more. I should have probably floured my hands first, but it doesn't matter. It'll eventually do its thing. Alright, so this is not a final dough. Once we're at this point... Oop, that is my dryer. Once we're at this point, we just gotta start beating this thing. Really gotta start. Because right now it's all sticky. Not what we want it to be. A dough is gonna be like... Not crunchy. Never crunchy, thank God. I'd say it's its crunchiest right now if it were to be described as crunchy. But okay, so this ball is sticky. Like, it's really sticky. So what we are gonna start doing now, I have to move this all the way up. Okay, actually, just for the sake of you guys being able to see. Now we have to just knead this thing. It's sticking to the palm of my hand, but that is okay for now because it's gonna be sticky for a little bit. But I have to do this for 8 minutes. So right now we're about 10 minutes into making this dough. I gotta go until 18 to 20 minutes. Somewhere in there. I'll know when it feels right. I'll know when it feels right. And I'll tell you guys when it feels right too. Because right now, it's sticky. That's not what we want. Eventually, it will become not sticky. It'll be like Play-Doh in a way, but not in a carpet. It says to add like olive oil and salt to it, but traditionally pasta is just flour and eggs, so I didn't add any of that fancy stuff to it. I'll add it to the, I don't even know if I'll add it to the filling. But yeah, see, it's still so sticky right now. Eventually, it will not be sticky. Once these proteins really start to mend together, I gotta make sure I'm keeping my back straight because, woo! Last time I did this, I had a crick in my neck for like a few days. A crick in my neck that actually took me out of work. That sucked. It was more than a crick. The whole left side of my back was like spasming. Getting old sucks, by the way. But yeah, the whole left side of my back was spasming from like my neck down into my shoulder, and I had to be on muscle relaxers, and yeah, that sucked. That sucked big time. So I gotta make sure that I'm really keeping my back straight, and I think I'm gonna work this shoulder a little bit. Whoops. This arm doesn't know how to do it as well as my right arm, I guess. So anyways, how are you guys doing? I've got some anger to take out on this thing. Therapy, free therapy. There's still a lot of stuff stuck to my hands. Sprinkler down. Sprinkler down. There you go. Sticky freaking dough can stick it all up now. Let's get everything in here. We're gonna need this thing. Just spank it. It's made with love, I promise. Ooh, I feel it coming together. It's definitely doughing something. Get it? This is some work. Halfway there. All that you're hearing is the muscle work that needs to go into this to make this into a good dough. It's not sticking to my hand anymore. That's a good sign, but it's not as smooth as I'd like it to be. This is some work. I'm out of breath. I don't know what to say because I'm out of breath. Oof. Ouch. Slapped my hand a little bit more than my dough down. This is gonna make so much, by the way. This fed us for 3 days the last time I made this. It's fed us Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. It's pretty fun though. Got 3 more minutes left. Waka, waka, waka. I hear birds talking to me in the background. Oh my gosh, they're kissing at me now. Or they're laughing. They might be laughing at me because they don't know what's going on. What are you doing? Oh, I see who it is too. It's Mr. Ricky Boy. Hi! What are you doing over there? Oh my, beep-boo, beep-boo. We're getting there. It's starting to feel pretty good, actually. I'm starting to feel it kind of like get pillowy, I guess you could say. Like, it's not as hard to roll. Like, it's starting to, like, string into itself. Okay. Switch to this hand. A little bit sticky still, but that's okay. Once I let it sit for a bit, it's gonna poof up even more, and I'm gonna flour it a bunch more, and that will help with the stickiness, because we don't want it sticky when it's in the pasta maker. And actually, once we get this in the pasta maker, I think I'm gonna set up a tripod quick so that y'all can actually, like, see the rolling of the dough, because that's gonna have to happen over here. Unless I move this over here. Mr. Mealybug is gonna be putting together my deep freezer today. He just went out into the garage, so I think that's what he's about to be doing. We are almost there, y'all. It's feeling pretty good. It's starting to look a lot like a pasta dough. Yeah, he's making his way out there, so I think we're about to be having a deep freezer working soon. And that's where this is gonna be going. I'm gonna be like parboiling these. I think that's what it's called. But basically, I'm just gonna boil these so that they don't stick to each other. And then I'm going to stick them in the freezer. And we'll have some frozen raviolis at our expense. I've been wanting a deep freezer for years.
Oh yeah, I am so happy we have one.
Yeah.
Really happy that we were setting it up. I'm bringing the jibble out there.
Okay,
So,
sounds good. Just don't play the music too loud, because
let me know if it is too loud. I'll definitely turn it down.
this pasta is bouncing back, which is what I'm looking for. If I press my finger in here and it starts coming back like that, it's a good pasta. So, I'm gonna wash my hands. I'm gonna get some plastic wrap, and this has to sit for 30 minutes. But this also needs to be filled with something that I have not made yet. So, I'm going to let it sit for 30 minutes, all wrapped up, while I make the stuff that needs to go into the filling, which is going to happen on my KitchenAid. Which also means I need to get the tripod set up. I should have set the tripod up so that I could have just moved it over, but that's okay. Things happen in chaotic order with me. You guys are probably used to it at this point. But I'm always trying to get a little bit more streamlined, so it'll be more streamlined once I do it. So now that I'm realizing what I need to do on stream with y'all, I just need to wash my hands quick. And then I know where my tripod is, and I will be right back out with that, John. Shouldn't take too long to just set up quick. It might take a bit. It might take a bit. I don't know. You guys will be able to watch though, because I'm gonna do it right in front of y'all and then use it, so. Woo! This is hard to wash off. Pasta dough is nothing to mess around with. This stuff, if you let it stick to something, it sticks. This could have been prehistoric glue. Prehistoric, yeah, no. Dinosaurs weren't using pasta dough as glue. That would be non-factual information on my end. But I swear, this stuff could definitely glue some bricks together, I tell you what. Just happens to be edible. Should we be eating it? Well, I haven't glued my intestines shut at all. I eat pasta all the time. So, yeah, we've got our little dough of pasta. What? We've got our little ball of pasta dough. But I will be right back. I'm gonna go get my tripod quick. Alrighty, we are back. And we have a tripod. And I need a box to put this on because it's super short. We're figuring this out. It'll be more streamlined soon. There's always something new to figure out on my streams.
Wait, do you know they make the legs taller?
Huh?
Do you know they make the legs taller?
Oh, the legs get taller?
Yeah, look, you don't have, I think any of those now.
No, I don't. I didn't know they got taller. Okay, these get taller.
Same tripod.
Okay. We've got a tall ass tripod now, guys. I had no idea this thing got tall. I thought it was just really short for like a desk or something. This whole time. I've been using this thing for like years. But, okay, well that makes things way easier. I might have to start using this thing for cooking streams way more often. Okay, and I can like rotate this thing down. Heck yeah. I don't need the light at all because... Okay, let's see here. I don't need the light at all because we are just doing... We already got all the light we need. But alright, let's do this. Welcome. If you're just tuning in. Welcome to the other side of my kitchen. I have a little bit of a mess going on back here, but that's okay. We all have a little mess going on every once in a while. This house is used, is lived in, and I am always all over the place doing all sorts of things. So, welcome to the other side of the kitchen. We are going to wrap this John up. And we are going to have some fun. Let me angle this a little better, Bella. There we go. Heck yeah. You may see a large amount of other things on my countertop. Those things are, for the most part, are going to be used today. But right now, we are just using this. Urgh, gotta get angry at it. Alright. We're just gonna go like so. We're just gonna grab this down. And we're going to wrap her up. That's a dough ball for you. Boop. So, now that we've got our little dough ball, we have to wait for about a half hour. So like 4:40 is when we're going to be working with this thing again. But, in the meantime, we've got some stuff to make. So, this bowl that I said I was going to be putting a filling in earlier, we're going to be using it. I'm going to rotate this a little bit over this way more because you guys need to see down here. So, this thing right here, I accidentally installed the wrong one at first. This is my pasta roller. We need the shredding attachment on this thing. This wonderful John is going to shred all of our cheese. I will show you said cheese in a moment. I need to get all of my little bits that go on this thing. Boop. Alrighty, so we need 4 different types of cheese. We need ricotta, Parmesan, mozzarella, and I've got one more in here. Where is it? I thought I had a bag of cheese that I was using. I guess not. Okay. Alright, so we've got our cheeses. Oh, it's right there. I'm a dummy. This is my trusty old bag of cheese. I've got 3 different types of cheeses. You can see that I have used part of it as well. So, we're going to place this here. We need my recipe, first of all, to be over here possibly. Okay, so we need 1/2 of a cup of ricotta, and I like to kind of drain out the liquid. Like, when you let it sit for a little bit, it acquires some liquid. That's okay, though. That is a-okay, as long as it's doesn't smell bad. I mean, don't take it from me. Sometimes it'll be bad, but it will not smell bad. You always want to go based off of just what is suggested, but I have a feeling this is still good because I just used it recently within a week from now, so I think we're good. So I need 1/2 cup of ricotta. I'm using a fork because all of my spoons are being washed right now by the dishwasher. We're just gonna scoop chunks of this until it fills up this 1/2 cup. I don't think I used enough ricotta in my last time making these, to be honest, because I feel like I'm using a whole lot more than I did last time. Alright, so 1 big old scoop of ricotta. Thank you, ricotta. I'm gonna smooth this out a little bit because when it comes to creamier cheeses, you really want to like smooth it out as best you can because that kind of helps with like less aeration and less bacteria growth, less mold growth, whatever. So That's ready to go back in the fridge immediately, which is good too. You don't want cheeses out for too long. Alright, now that we've got our ricotta in there, I'm going to set this aside. And I'm going to get my little cutting board out because I need some cheese. I thought I pulled my cutting boards out, but I guess I did not. We just need the small one. We just need the small one, and we just need this small little knife because that should work. It says I need 1/4 of a cup of mozzarella. I'm gonna take the rest of this cube here and just cube it off because that seemed like a good amount when I made it last. Perfect. We've got a cube. Put this back in the bag, the cheese bag. Now we also need 1/4 of a cup of shredded provolone, but I don't have provolone, so I'm using cheddar. Cheddar is a decent substitute. My cheddar smells good. I opened it at the same time as I opened the other cheeses, so I am confident in that being a-okay. Sorry, I'm double jointed in my thumbs, so deal with it. I have to deal with it every single day. It makes some tasks a little bit harder than others. And last but not least, we have our Parmesan.
I really like being double jointed in my thumbs.
I hate it because it makes cutting things hard.
It does
feel
make
like.
some things more difficult. But there are some things that are more convenient because I'm double jointed.
Like what?
Well, you can...
We need 1 tablespoon of this, by the way. This is about a tablespoon. Maybe a little bit more, though. That's fine. It'll be fine.
I feel like it's easier to, like, push downward.
My joint right here, it dislocates really easily because of the double jointedness.
Mine are different.
Yeah, mine, it's really stupid because I can bend it back like this, but then this joint will come undone, and that's how I've dislocated my thumb and put it back together like 5 times. So like I have to be super careful, but that's it for the cheeses. That is it for the cheeses. Now it's time for the second step. We've got 4 different cheeses going on this John. So now we're going to be throwing it into this thing. We're going to turn this on low. This thing is spinning around in here. I don't know for sure if you can see it or not, but we are going to throw the Parmesan in first because that is the smallest little piece. And it's going to start coming out into the bowl. Once we're done with the Parmesan, we will make our way to the cheddar. I think this will fit in here. If not, that's okay. Because we can cut it in half, but it looks like it fits. So we are going to just squish this down in there. Just going to keep it coming out. Little bits so you can just throw them in. And I think this mozzarella will actually fit in here too. If not though, like I said, you can just cut her in half. And I have to force it down because it starts to get a little bit difficult. Oh yeah, fits perfect. This is going to be a wonderful shreddage. Shredding the cheese. What time did I say earlier? 4:40? Oh yeah, we still got a lot of time. Mozzarella, it shreds not as easily as the other cheeses because it's a little bit moister than the other cheeses, so like it's got some bounce to it, I guess you could say. Whoa! We've got mozzarella like rolling itself inside of the freaking edge of the cheese grater right now. But that's okay. It's gonna come out in small bits, and ideally that is what I need. Like at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what form it's in, as long as it comes out and incorporates itself with the rest of the cheese, which it will. Yeah, we've got a giant freaking roll. Woo! I got things like this. I forgot about that. Turn this off quick, and I think I can get this out. There we go. Yeah, there's a whole lot of pieces of cheese in here, but that's okay. Here, I'm gonna throw these in anyways. That's okay though, because these are going to get all mashed up anyways. I just need to wash this off. There's actually a lot of cheese in here. It can still come out, which is nice. There we go. I just kind of, there's some pieces that kind of get stuck in there. I just kind of rip them up and throw them in. Because, I mean, they get shredded to about the same size anyways. And we get some Parmesan, we get some mozzarella, we got some cheddar because I don't have provolone and I couldn't find provolone. I could only find provolone in the strips, the little sandwich strips. Or slices. Slices is the word I'm looking for. I was like, why does that still not sound right? Alrighty. Wash my hands for the millionth time. Alrighty. Since I used this for the ricotta, I'm just going to use it for the rest of the cheese. Actually, I need to add some more stuff into this, but I like getting the cheese a little bit mixed up before I start adding the other stuff. Just starting to get the ricotta to kind of spread itself around a little bit. Alright, now we need to add another egg. Perfect. Wash my hands again because that's an egg and yuck. And we've got to add a large amount of parsley. Good thing I have a large amount of parsley. It says 3/4 of a teaspoon. Nice thing about cooking is that you can just put whatever the hell you want into it and it should turn out good. Salt. It says 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. I'm just going to add it to my heart's content. Since I don't put salt in the dough, I think that should work. Salt and pepper, and we have everything in here. So now, let's start mixing. Mixing!
I have a feeling I'm gonna need more space.
More space, like car space?
Yeah, I think I can move my car.
Oh, do I need to move my car?
No.
Oh, okay. We are just gonna mix this around nice and evenly until it kind of starts to form into a little dough type thing. Yeah, this is turning into a good little dough. And the thing I love about these bowls is I got these from Target. They come with lids, which is wonderful because I'm just going to plop this in the fridge while I move on to a different recipe. So, this is looking pretty good, if I do say so myself. So, now that we've mixed that up, we are going to put this away, and we're going to move on to a second recipe, like I mentioned before. Once I get that second recipe out, actually, let's see here. I didn't put what temperature I put the oven at, so we're just going to put this at 400. We're just going to put this at 400 because that sounds like a decent temperature for what I will need it for. But Alrighty, so $1 zillion spaghetti. I don't need any eggs for that. We're gonna put the eggs away. My bun is starting to come out. I'm going to have to wash my hands, put my bun back together, and wash my hands again. But, you know what, before I put my bun back together, I think I'm going to put a lid on this bowl. Oh my goodness, we got some peekaboo babies going on out here. They love to play peekaboo. Oh, that sounds like a rookie. That sounds like a rookie poo. It's a rookie poo! It's a rookie poo! Oh my! Alright, so now we've got the cheese ready. We've got the dough ready, but the dough still needs 20 more minutes. At least. More the merrier. So, now is the time for us to prepare some of the vegetables that are going to be going into several dishes of ours that we're going to be making. So, one other thing I'm going to be making is $1 spaghetti. It normally requires 3 zucchini. I'm going to be spiralizing a large amount of zucchini. Like, I'm talking like 3 is going to go into one bag, and I think I have like 8. I've got a ton of zucchini. I take that back. I've got 7. 7 zucchini. But 3 of them we're going to make today. I've got a large amount of ragu. Alright, so let's see, what do we need? Do I need this for anything? I don't think I need to shred any more at this moment. No, yes I do. I need 8 ounces of shredded cheddar. I think, no, I do have 8 ounces in here though. I'm going to shred some cheddar right now, just so that I've got it ready to put into the $1 spaghetti. This is always so hard to open. I think I usually end up using a knife every time. Alright. Let's shred some more cheese. I'm just going to use a regular bowl, because how many ounces is this? 8 ounces, perfect. Oh my goodness! He's a good boy! I'm just going to use a regular bowl. So, where did I put... Oh, I'm going to use my other shredder. I forgot. Oh my! He's getting so good! Alrighty. A little extra cheese never hurt. Perfect. So now we are going to shred this cheese. Boom! There's gonna be some big old shredderinos, which is definitely what I want. Hold this up kind of high though, so that it doesn't go all over the place. It's definitely the perfect fit for this thing now. Maybe I should have gotten a bigger bowl, but oh, freaking well. Oh well. Yesterday we had a super busy day. We went to a photo shoot because like we've got our wedding coming up and all, and they're gonna be our wedding photographers, but they wanted to do like a little like engagement shoot thing. And so when we got engaged, we didn't really have like any videographer or photographer or anything like that. Like there was supposed to be someone and they just kind of didn't show up. So at our little photo shoot thing, we were able to recreate our engagement in a way, which was pretty nice. It was nice to be able to just, I guess, have some pictures now, but it was pretty fun. We had to look into each other's eyes a lot, and I was just like, wow, like, we really don't look into each other's eyes all that often at home.
Yeah.
We don't usually do this on like a Friday night or anything.
Yeah, or a Saturday afternoon.
Or a Saturday afternoon. Yeah.
Yeah, it was funny.
It was nice. It was just like, wow, like, this is the same person that like
Proposed.
that like I first met, and like, I don't know, I felt like I saw like a bunch of different versions of him in the same eyes. It was kind of hard to explain, but it was fun. It was like,
it really
wow.
put into perspective how long we've known each other.
Yeah, because like,
yeah, I feel like I've seen very many different versions of you.
Yeah.
You've gone through many phases.
Yeah, and you have too.
Yeah.
Like, I just didn't really realize it until, like, we were just kind of looking at each other, and I was just like,
damn,
wow.
rolled.
Like, oh no, I lost a bunch of cheese.
And you were looking at me like, oh no, we lost it.
I look in his eyes, and I see all the cheese I've lost.
All this cheese I've lost over the years. I realized, where's the time?
How many ounces? How many ounces? Ooh, it's starting to get nice and toasty in here with the oven heating up. I like this. It's been cold all day. Yeah, so that was a lot of fun. We went to our local arboretum, and there was a bunch of plants and all. There was not as much as we expected because we went during maintenance season, so yeah, there's a reason that not a lot of people were there, but that was nice that not a lot of people were there because then we could just block any pathway because not a million people were trying to come past. Yeah, so this cheese is going to go on top of the zoodles. Now, I know I mentioned it earlier, but I guess I call this $zillion spaghetti because this is a $1 million spaghetti recipe. But I use zoodles instead of regular noodles, so I just thought, you know what, I'm going to call it $1 zillion spaghetti because it's zoodles, and it's fun, and it's healthy, and it's not regular noodles, so need to have some sort of difference. But, okay, all the cheese that I've lost, it needs to go into this trash can, and I think this is how I'm going to do it. I could probably use my hand, but no, I'm lazy. I need to sharpen this knife anyways. Okay, I'm not using this cutting board again because I need a bigger one. I need a bigger one to cut the rest of this stuff. And I don't even need a knife. Oh, yes I do. What am I even saying? I need this cutting board. I do need to cut a lot of vegetables, so here we go. Start with these three. These bad boys out. Wash them off. We just need to chop the ends off of these so that we can put it on the spiralizer. And I will show you in a second what a spiralizer is. It is a fun little tool that we like to use to make pasta with. So we're making pasta in like a couple of different ways today. And we're making something that doesn't even have pasta in it. That's the Skyrim recipe, and we'll get to that eventually. I might even start chopping up the vegetables now, because I think that might be a little necessary. The oven is done. So, we've got this thing. This is called a spiralizer. It needs to stick itself to a surface. and then I just kind of put a plate behind it and hope for the best. So we're gonna plop this bad boy down. It is stuck. It is stuck very good there. Now it's stuck even better. So let's get a plate. I like to put a paper towel on the plate because it makes it easier to just like grab and go. But basically what we do, I'm just going to set these on top of the cheese because I'm going to be using these with the cheese anyways. You may be wondering, what the heck is this device? This is a spiralizer. And the spiralizer, it needs a blade. Good thing I've got several blades right here. The green one is what I like to use for zucchini noodles. So I just stick this John on here, stick it right there, kind of line it up, put my little plate underneath, and I just start. Ooh, you guys are gonna have a good view. You just start spinning her around. I do it for about 5 seconds and I kind of pull off so that it doesn't keep going because, man, there was one time I did not do that and we had noodles that were so long you could be pooping them and choking on them at the same time, I swear. They were really long. Oh, my little thing is rotating though. There we go. That is 1 serving of the noodles. What I like to do here, since there's going to be 3 of these total, is I like to, you just kind of like pull this out. You can eat this if you want to. It's bland. Texture's kind of weird. It's chewier than like a cucumber. It's kind of got a crunch to it though too. I think it's nice. Some people don't. I don't care. I think it's good. Now I've got a clear glass here. We are just gonna pour this in. Boop. We're gonna have some zoodle zillion-dollar spaghetti tonight. Alright, 1 done, 2 will do. We're gonna use a thicker end on this because we like to have more noodles than less. I need to re-stick this thing because it's coming undone. Lust! Yo! Welcome! I am so sorry if I didn't see that earlier. Let me see. When did you join? Oh, it doesn't tell me. Yeah, we are making a lot of stuff today. Get in there. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we are making zillion-dollar spaghetti, raviolis from scratch, and some Skyrim soup. The Skyrim soup is going to be coming after this. There's just a whole lot of vegetable choppage that needs to happen for the Skyrim soup, which can be a lot, but yeah. This is probably like guinea pig food, to be honest. Well, whoop, 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 whoop. Consider me a guinea pig. It's good AF. Right now, we're making the zoodles, zucchini noodles, for the zillion-dollar spaghetti. Oops, I dropped one. That happens. It happens often. It is okay. I'm gonna throw these. I don't want stuff that's been on the counter. Even though I just sanitized my counters, I've already done so much on these counters. I do not want to eat stuff off the counter right now. Make it make sense. It doesn't. Yeah, I just do this for like 5 seconds at a time because, like I said, you don't want to be choking on these and pooping them at the same time. Because that's unpleasant. I've never... It's a joke, by the way. That doesn't actually happen because these are very easy to digest. And actually, if you are constipated in the slightest, I will tell you what, you won't be after eating some $zillion spaghetti. It's got some cheese in it. If you're lactose intolerant, perfect. You will not be constipated anymore. But there's a lot of fiber in it because of the zucchini. There we go. And you just whoop, pull that back out. Good shit. Woo-wee. So yeah, we've got a whole bunch of noodles now. And I'm going to make more because I'm going to freeze the rest of this. Right now I'm meal prepping. So I am doing a lot more than just making some zucchini. These ones have stickers. The other ones did not, thank goodness. Or I just didn't notice it and we're about to have stickers in our $1 zillion spaghetti. But I'm pretty sure they didn't, because I washed them off and I would have noticed something like that. But I'm second guessing. I don't think they've got stickers, or I don't think they had stickers. These ones do. So we gotta chop-a-lop these ones, chop-a-lop the tops off. Damn. I'm gonna have to add that to my lyrical soup. Skyrim's about to chime in. That one did not work. That one didn't work as well as it sounded in my head. Alright, this is a big one. These ones are like equivalent to 3, I think, but there's only 2. I think I need 2 hands on this one. This one is big. This is huge. This one, okay, let's see here. Holy moly, how do I center this thing? That's what she said. If you didn't hear it, thank goodness. I'm gonna start just yanking these out. There's some seeds making their way into here. I do not like that. I think this one is just kind of really big. And maybe a little bit too big, but that's okay. As long as I throw some of these squishier parts out, it should work out just fine. Don't normally have all this squishiness in here, but it's gonna get frozen too. So a lot of that squishiness is not gonna be a problem at all. Okay. I just heard a freezer door. This This is a lot of pasta. Like I said, even though there's only 2 of these, I swear this is like the equivalent to like 3 between 2. Oh, that was the end of it. Okay. So, let's pull this out, pull all this over, and we are going to throw these into a plastic bag, because that is how you're supposed to freeze them, I guess. Worst case scenario, if this doesn't turn out well, oh my goodness, I've got these are gallon freezer bags. Great value, perfect. These don't, oh yeah, this is the other benefit to doing this, is that I don't need the plate. I can just open her up, scoot her in, and let her book. This is like raking leaves, basically. Yeah, this is basically one, oh, I guess I wouldn't say one, but 1/2 of like zoodle spaghetti. Oh my god, no it's not! Yes it is, yes it is. I used 3. 2 of these is going to be some zoodle spaghetti. I'm gonna get another paper towel out because that one was kind of soaked in the old zucchini juices. Let's re-stick this down. Perfect. There's another big one. There's another big one. Yeah! This is actually a really nice one. Yeah! Gotta keep my back straight. Let's start pulling some of this out. Just putting it over here. Perfect. Now we're gonna just yoink this. Yoink. And add this to the bag. Oh, brother. Oh, brother, where'd you find this? There we go. Okay, so I'm going to kind of close this off, spread it out a little bit, and try to get some of the air out, because there we go. Now we got some zucchini for the next one, but I have 2 more to go through, so I'm just going to throw these in the freezer. Like so. We got 2 more to go through. Our dough is ready, by the way, so I can actually start on the dough, but I'm going to finish up with this first. I'm going to finish up getting the $1 zillion spaghetti in the oven, because that is going to be our dinner tonight, and we will have some more for later. So I'm going to finish up with this first, because the dough can be out for up to 2 hours. So we're gonna take advantage of the time that it still has to be out to do some other things. Because once the $1 zillion spaghetti is in the oven, oh my god, I think I need some water. Woo, I'm choking on my throat. Once the $1 zillion spaghetti is in the oven, then we've got plenty of time to do plenty else. So my mission is to get that in the oven, so then I can start on other things, like the soup. Okay. I try to use as little cuts as possible when I'm cutting the zucchini, because the more cuts, the more of a butt that you've got, and you don't want a whole lot of butt because that's just a waste. So here we go. Yeah, this one's another thicken. You son of a gun. Get back in there, you son of a bitch. This is not making the best noodles, but that's okay. Oh boy, I gotta... There we go. Oh my goodness! We got a screamer! He's screaming! It's scream o'clock! Yeah. Now that I'm talking about it, he's like, nope, it's not scream o'clock anymore. Not for you. Not for you, ungrateful human. Alright, I'm gonna wash my hands quick again, get my second bag out. This is the only thing that I'm gonna prepare before I get into the pasta making. Okay, so I've got one more zuck to go through. I need to put this in a bag first. Okay, let's put this in the bag. We got this in the bag. Get in there, you son of a gun. There we go. Alrighty. One more. Einmal. No, we're not playing Faz. That means one more in German. I took German in high school. Wow.
Yeah.
It's getting cold.
Oh, yeah.
Woo!
It's pretty nice. You should check it out. It's really cool, actually. Literally. This has useful stuff. What do I keep it? It's the use and care book.
Put it on the counter right there.
Okay.
I've got a spot for those types of things.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty cool though.
Good. The deep freezer is up and running.
Yeah.
There we go. That is the last one. We've got a deep freezer that's up and running, so we have plenty of space for all of this zucchini. And more, which is why I'm meal prepping so much right now, because I'm going to be freezing a lot of this. Just so that we've got a lot to eat for a bit of time. There we go. That is a lot of zucchini right there. Ta-da! More zucchini. Into the freezer it goes.
The only thing is, I don't know what this little plug is.
Plug? What kind of plug?
I think I should put it in. I know where it goes.
Well, I'd say yes. Excited? Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna get back to cooking. Alrighty, so now that we're done with the zuckage, let's get back to the dish itself. Just gonna knock these off. I think I'm gonna need this counter space. Oh my goodness, this thing is juicy. Ah! Oh, okay, we're gonna throw this in here because it needs to be cleaned. It needs a clean. Alright, these are clean though, so I'm gonna put these over here. So now we need 1 pound of chicken. I got 2 pounds of chicken today. So here's what we're gonna do. I just get the shredded rotisserie chicken from Walmart. Now, before I do this over here. Before I do this, let me just set this here so that I've got something to read off of. I need to chop up some mushrooms. I'm lazy. I don't like to do the chopping by hand. I take my old chopper over here and I just throw mushrooms in and I chop them up that way. Because it works. It makes the perfect little pieces. Let's see, where'd my mushrooms go? There they are. Come on. Come on. I like me a lot of mushrooms in this. Mushrooms just add this like richness, this rich meatiness, even though it's got meat in it. Okay. Ow! That hurt. That hurt quite a deal, actually. Okay, I'm gonna move this actually. I'm gonna move this over here. We'll just pour stuff in. So, mushroom chopper. I use this on onions too. If you ever watched my older streams, you know that onions are not my specialty with trying to get through peacefully. But yeah, yeah, you just kind of beat it down and it makes these perfect little mushroom strips. I just kind of wash my mushrooms off quick because sometimes we've got some dirt on them. Mushrooms are probably one of the dirtiest. Actually, they are the dirtiest non-vegetable because they're mushrooms. Mushrooms are always going to be a little bit dirty just because they're out in the middle of the woods somewhere. They're super easy to chop though in this thing compared to onions. Onions, you have to beat the shit out of them to get them to chop. Onions are finicky. Cool mushroom that I saw on Facebook today. I think it was like a type of bolete. Bolete is like, I think it's edible, but it turns blue and like orange and stuff if you like touch it or like pour water onto it. They're pretty cool. Yeah, this $1 zillion spaghetti though, it is like top notch. It is so easy to make. Like, it takes maybe like a half hour. I'm just doing it slow so that you guys can see all the steps. Normally it's chaotic and I have everything all over the place, but I'm trying to not do that. I'm trying to get a little bit more concise with my processes. Scoop this down a little bit more so I've got more space for more mushrooms. I take any and all shapes and just chuck them in here. I don't care how big or small. Look how small this one is though! How is it so small? Goodbye. Wow, I can see the gills on this one. It's kind of crazy because like they're called gills, but they absolutely do not have the same function as like fish gills. So are gills based off of how they look? They must be, because yeah, fish gills and mushroom gills completely different. They don't breathe with their gills. They reproduce with their gills. At least mushrooms do. The fish, they breathe with them. It's interesting. There's things that I think about sometimes, like, huh. Oh, a bunch of mushrooms. Oh, a bunch of mushrooms. Need a little bit more space. Almost done. I love how these mushrooms are in pasta though. I've been adding mushrooms to like everything lately. I don't know why. It's just, I'm just on a mushroom kick lately. I just feel really good after I've eaten some mushrooms. They just, I don't know. They keep me more alert and motivated and like, it doesn't even matter what kind they are. Like if I've got some mushrooms in my diet, I feel good. I never redid my bun, by the way, so my hair is still falling out. Got 3 mushrooms here. Last mushroom. Perfect. I'm gonna wash this out and recycle because I'm a recycler myself. Alright, so we've got all our mushrooms chopped up. I'm just gonna do this quick. So now we are going to throw all the mushrooms in here, but before I do that, I'm going to season the old pasta here. I just take a bunch of Italian seasoning, like a lot of it, and I just coat that puppy. Coat that puppy. Now you can just take this down. This thing comes out, which is nice. This thing comes out, which takes a whole bunch of stuff with it most of the time, and I like to just kind of do that over it. Oh, because we'll take those. We will take those little scraps. We will take those. So now we're just gonna kind of. Oh no, I didn't realize that there were still mushrooms that were. That's okay. We'll take those. Alright, so this comes off, thankfully, because otherwise I would pinch the fuck out of my fingers. I just go, boop. Just yank these puppies out. And just spread them around in there. Doesn't have to be perfect. I just like to have like an even coating of them. There's a whole bunch of little mushrooms. It makes it just taste so rich and ugh. I'm so excited. I am so excited for dinner tonight. I'm always excited for dinner. Last night we had some dinner in an Italian place, and we were walking in there and they had the old Italian attitude and all. We were just like, table for four, and they were like, for what? It was funny. Alrighty, let's get some. We're just gonna rip this chicken into little pieces. Spread this all over. Doesn't have to be tiny little pieces. A lot of these pieces are gonna be a little bigger, but that's okay. I just like it to be a little bit more shredded sometimes. Alrighty. This is basically what I'm going to be doing for the rest of the night. So like anybody who tunes in, like you're going to have just me talking in the background for hours if you're entertained. Unfortunately, I'm having like a STEM episode right now, so I'm like, yeah, in my mind. Like, I'm just zoning out like, yeah, this chicken's gonna be good. This chicken's really gonna spice this stuff up. Not in a spicy way, but in like a, yeah, we get some protein up in this. So now we've got this all layered up with all the stuff that does not include cheese and sauce. That is what makes this a pasta dish. We've got our cheddar cheese ready, but the cheddar cheese is not even part of that sauce and cheese mixture. That's going to be on top. We haven't made the sauce and cheese yet. So let's make some sauce and cheese. We aren't even to the fun part yet, because the pasta making part is the fun part. We just made some zoodles, which is one type of pasta, but we haven't made the pasta yet. That's like a whole different animal. That is a whole different freaking animal. I gotta bring this up to the recycling real quick. Alrighty. So, we need, oh no, I've got a low battery, dang it. Oops, I got hiccups too. So now, We need 16 ounces of spaghetti sauce. That's 2 cups. I gotta yoink one of these bad boys. I do not like these lids whatsoever. Oh, yeah. Or not lids, but whatever these are. Oh, they come off actually pretty easy. So this is 45 ounces. So we need 2 cups. 2 cups of the old spaghetti sauce. I'm gonna have to use this, I think. So we need 2 cups of spaghetti sauce. We're just rinsing this out quick because I only had cheese in this thing. Okay. Where did I set it? Okay. So, I need another bowl. Do I have another bowl? Yes, I do. Right here. This bowl's got some watermarks on it, but we know that it's clean because I cleaned it earlier. Oh, this is okay. So, we need 2 cups of pasta sauce. This is a half cup. Alrighty. So that's our sauce. I'm gonna put the rest of it in the fridge, and I'm probably gonna use this for future sauce purposes. There we go. And now I need a few other types of cheeses. I need some cottage cheese, some cream cheese, some sour cream, and then my cheddar cheese that I've already prepared. So let's do it. We've got some cottage cheese, sour cream, and I think I've got enough cream cheese ready to go right now. How many ounces is this? Oh, this is only 4 ounces. I need 8. That's okay. I've got 8 of it ready. So, here we go. Let's see here. We've got 8 ounces of cottage cheese. So I need 1 cup of cottage cheese, 1 cup of cream cheese, which I do have right here. Recycle this bad boy. I also need butter. I forgot about the butter. I've got the perfect amount of butter right the frick here. Heck yeah. So, I'm going to take this out. I'm just going to throw her in the sauce just so she has a little bit more time to thaw. I mean, not thaw, but not be so freaking hard, I guess. Because it's already like cream cheese, I guess you could say, but like it's just a little bit thicker when it's colder. We need some butter. It says 4 tablespoons. I'm just going to get rid of these 2. It might be 5. That's okay. That is okay. Like I said, cooking, way more forgiving than baking. You can throw shit at it and it'll turn out okay. So, I used this, but that's okay. I'm just going to cut this butter with the zucchini knife because we're using zucchini in there anyways, so it doesn't matter too much. I made this originally with a lot more butter in it, and holy oily. It was so... It was like... It tasted like ramen almost because it was so buttery and oily. It was good. It was really good, but I was like, ugh, afterwards. Like, it was too much in my opinion. Way too much. but 5 tablespoons of butter, which is half the butter that it's supposed to take. Or I guess it's supposed to be 4, but one more, it'll be fine. One more will definitely be fine. I like to put it on before the sauce because the sauce is going to start melting and then the butter is going to start melting into the sauce because of the sauce. And that is wonderful. We love that. We love that. Boop. Alright. So we've got our butter in there. We've got our cream cheese. And then we need some sour cream and some cottage cheese. How much? Let's find out. Alright, recipe says 8 ounces of cottage cheese. My bun is falling out. My bun is really falling out. It's, like, I'm surprised it's not, like, on the floor yet. I'm surprised that the, Okay, how much sour cream? 1/4 of a cup of sour cream. Okay. Okay. And yeah, that's all there is to it, pretty much. We just mix this all together, and it should be golden. Actually, I can use a spoon now, but should I? I'm not going to use a spoon, actually. I'm going to use a spoon that I don't use a lot, because I like to be able to smooth out my sour cream so that it stays good. Alright. So, we need 1/4 of a cup of sour cream. I have this here because I use it for my oats, but I always wash it every time I use it, so we are just going to plop her in there quick. That's about 1/4 of a cup, I guess. That was a good guess. Okay. We're just gonna plop her in. 1/4 of a cup of sour cream. I'm gonna rinse this all off. It out real good. Alright, yeah, my hair is literally not even, it's barely being held in right now. Alrighty. Put that back in the fridge immediately so that it stays good. All the way back there. And we need a cup of the old cottage cheese, which is wonderful. I love cottage cheese so much. Like, I might even, I might even treat myself. I might treat myself to a scoop. I love me some cottage cheese. Oh, yes. Lovely, lovely display of cheese. Cottage cheese with a baked potato. Mmm. Cottage cheese with a baked potato. I tell you what, you have not had a proper baked potato until you've had some cottage cheese on it. Like, it melts into it, like the little cottage bits, they melt into it, and it like moisturizes the potato and stuff more than like the butter does. This is a pho spoon, by the way, in case you were wondering. I am quite the pho and ramen enjoyer, so I definitely have pho and ramen utensils. Even though I can't make pho or ramen. Oh, I feel like I could make pho. To be honest, I feel like I could. But ramen, that is going to be something I enjoy others making, because that is a little beyond my skill set. But yeah, we're gonna squish this cream cheese down. Actually, let me put this in the fridge first, because